Like to call to order the regular council meeting for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Linmark, and Raglan. This third day of January, 2024, at approximately 7:02 p.m. I will do roll call. Councillor Banks.
Yes.
Councillor Gulfo.
Here.
Councillor Quad.
Present.
One noted exception is Mary Lawn is not here tonight. Land acknowledgement, as we gather this evening, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of this council and our community that we're meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history. We are extremely grateful for their many and continuing displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Adoption of the agenda. That we, the council for the corporation, the township of Brunel, Linmark, and Raglan, adopt the agenda as amended to include the year-to-date budget variance, monthly expenses summary, item 11.1, 2024 municipal insurance quote, and item 11.6, MV library request. Could I get a mover for that, please? Councillor Quad, a seconder. Councillor Bank, all in favor?
Yes.
And that is carried. Disclosure, if you're any interest on any of the matters before us tonight, any of the councilors? Okay, seeing none. I know the mayor's not here, in place of the mayor's address. I would just like to, take the time at this time to extend, our condolences to Mary Yawn. Our thoughts and prayers are with Valerie and her family, with the recent passing of both a brother and a sister, lately. So again, our deepest condolences. And we're down to the clerk's reports, if any, none. We have no delegation. We have a resolution for the adoption of the minutes that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Linmark, and Raglan, hereby adopt the minutes of the regular council meeting of December 6, 2023 is presented. I'll get a mover on that. Councillor Calvo, seconder. Councillor Banks, any questions, error, or omissions of minutes? Seeing none then, I'll call for the vote then, all in favor.
Yes.
And that is carried. We have no committee or staff reports. We have a resolution in regards to the correspondence that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Linmark, and Raglan, hereby accept the correspondence as circulated. I need a mover on that. Councillor Banks, a seconder. Councillor Quad. Any of the correspondence that council wishes to separate out in order to support? No.
I was looking at number 10.1. Support to revoke storm mayor powers.
Okay.
And if you read it, the way I understand it, it just has to help with the smaller communities or smaller municipalities. I don't know how you guys feel.
Yeah, I'd be with you on that.
Councillor Banks, are you in support of the?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Okay, so we'll bring that back to the next council meeting. Is there any other items under correspondence?
I have also number 10.2,
Yeah, I was gonna mention
the
that.
cemetery transfers.
That's, yeah, 10.3.
Item 10.3.
Sorry, 3.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'd be a good one to support in the fact.
Oh, yeah.
You know, municipality there after the burden, right? Okay, so we'll also bring that one back to the next meeting. Any other items of correspondence?
I was just reading a little bit on number 10.4. For you guys, on the amendment to the Occupational Health and Safety Act. If you read what happened in there.
Mm-hmm. Like how the city of,
Yeah.
Sudbury, they were held responsible for something like that.
Yes,
Like, I don't know how that can be.
so I think we should support that one also.
Mm-hmm.
Council's in agreement? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we're doing that one there.
So those are the only 3 I had.
Okay. If there's no other items of correspondence, the council wishes to support. Bring it back to the next meeting then, I'll call for the vote then, all in favor?
Yeah,
Yes,
Okay, and now we're down to new business, I believe. Item 11.1, we have a resolution. The council for the corporation country Drew Nolan and Raglan accept this ward system poll report as information only. I need a mover on that.
I can move that.
Councilor Campbell, seconder Councilor Banks. Any comments on the reports? No, it's my only comment was it was a pretty even 50.
It was pretty close.
yeah, it was pretty close, yeah.
Close, and I am personally, in my opinion, I'm glad that the poll is keeping the war system.
Yeah, it indicates that people are leaning towards, yes, that's in existence.
So, yeah, so that's for council's information at this time. Okay, so I'll call for the vote then, all in favor of keeping the report as information only? That is carried. We had one issue on a request to place a matter on the agenda. So of course, that matter was put on the agenda by myself. So I brought this forward to council and matter, if council's in agreement. It is an issue that would have to be sent to county operations committee. Because that is a county responsibility, the road there, that intersection. I don't know, I know many times, and I know Wayne travels that road a lot too, when you pull up to the stop sign at Harbor Lake. Basically, the line you can't see towards Shoot at all, so I've got, there's all kinds of vehicles coming out there, full length of the vehicle before they come to a stop, and I think it's probably because a lot of the times they can't see that far. You have any comments, Councilor Banks?
Yeah, I have one comment. I had a guy come to me about the one at Cedar Grove Road in 550.
Okay.
He took it upon himself to clear it so he could see up the road. Cause coming, he says, when you pulled up to the stop sign, he says, and when you look to your right, he says, you couldn't see nothing. And I said, you should have told me that a long time ago and or phoned me about it.
Yeah.
I says, I would have phoned the township about it and had somebody look at that. So we know enough to keep our eye on something like that. And keep it so that you can see up that far.
Yes, because in situations like that, it is a county responsibility, right? So I mean, unless they're made aware of the fact.
Yeah, the awareness has to be brought.
Exactly.
That's right. And I said to him, I said, you shouldn't have done that. Cause if he was ever hurt doing something like that.
Yeah. So council, have any other comments on my matter before our council?
No, so we're just gonna send them a note or,
I guess what we will do, we would have to pass a motion basically.
Yeah.
Just directing staff to take this matter to the county and for operation.
Yeah. And I know, and I was going to mention to it, and I always forgot. There was a tree there right at, Anthony Keller's. It was a big dead old, spruce. And lucky the wind was blowing the way it did. It didn't come down across the highway, but it went along the side of the ditch, and it's still sitting there. They were just lucky the wind wasn't, like, I don't know why when they're patrolling and they see something like that, they don't make notes of it and do something about it. Because, I mean, it was a big old spruce tree.
Up to the resolution should be done.
Okay, so the resolution says that council for the corporation of Township of Brudenell, Lindau and Raglan directs staff to take this matter to the county and run through operations. So I need to move around that, Councilor Quad, seconder, Councilor Bank. Any more comments? I'll call for the vote then, all in favor?
Yes.
And that is carried. Another resolution, item 7.3, the council for the corporation of Township of Brudenell, Lindau and Raglan approve land severance application B13/23, 1B13523, 2B13623. For Mervyn and Michelle Markowski for the creation of 3 new lots, providing that all the conditions as listed in the county of Brantford planning report concerning this division of land are met and the applicant enter into a crossing agreement for an unopened road allowance and is registered on title, so I need a mover on that. Councillor Banks, a seconder.
I can move.
Councillor Coughals, any questions of the council in regards?
So has this already been to the county?
We've discussed this with the county, there was an issue with two of the lots having the correct amount of frontage, road
Well, that's what I
frontage.
was wondering about, whether,
And in order to do that, they would need to cross part of the unopened road allowance for both of
Okay.
the two parcels.
Any other questions? Concerns? Okay, I'll call for the vote then, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes,
And that is carried. Item 11.4, we have a zoning amendment, resolution says. The council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindach, and Raglan accept the zoning amendment application of information. And further, the public meeting be set for February 7th, 2024 at 6:30 P.M. I need a mover on that. Councillor
I can move.
Alpha, I need a seconder, Councillor Claude. Any questions of councillor? No,
no, this time.
no. Okay, I'll call for the vote then, all in favor,
yes,
and that is carried. So we have another resolution before us. That the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindach, and Raglan accept the 2024 municipal insurance quote as presented and authorize the clerk treasurer to sign the agreement. So I need a mover on that, Councillor.
How does that look compared to years past?
So I'll get a mover
Yeah,
first.
I'll move
and then-
first.
Okay, Councillor. Council, seconder, Councillor Claude. Any names in your
Yeah,
question?
I was just curious because, like, again, it's new for me. How does it compare to years?
I didn't figure that. I think if we do that, we can.
No, like, it's, I'm just kind of wondering, is it like a 10% increase? Is it up, down? Is it stable? Stable? Okay, no, I was just kind of curious about
Yeah,
how it's traveling.
yeah, I came went through last year's budget, and I kind of added up the insurance quotes and I didn't think it was even 8%, but.
Yeah.
So that be this.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close, okay.
And you know, all that we look back at previous meetings. And
Yeah. Yeah, so, okay. So yeah, that's enough.
Yeah,
The 8%, yeah, I know we tend to look at that amount and don't. The months, the quote was for 107, that was great, it's just, for a small municipality like ours, that's a good percent of our budget.
Oh, yeah.
It's what people have it. It's, so, any other questions or comments? Okay, so if I see none, I'll call for the vote, all in favor,
yes,
and that's carried. We have another resolution, and that says that council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindach, and Raglan hereby approve the free usage of the BLR Community Center, the Madawaska Valley Public Library, to run programming. Estimated at 10 to 12 hours for 2024, scheduling to be coordinated with the community development coordinator. I would have a mover on that. Councillor Banks, seconder, Councillor Kwong. Any questions, comments from council?
well, I think it was a good program last year.
Yeah, there definitely was some success to it.
Good attendance.
Exactly. Yeah. Any other questions? If none, then I'll call for the vote, all in favor,
yes,
and that is carried. Now we're now down to the financials. The resolution says that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindach, and Raglan, accept the year-to-date budget variance and the monthly expenses summary as presented. I need a mover on that. Councillor Calfon, seconder. Councillor Claude. Any questions or comments on the year-to-date budget variance?
For me. Same thing stands out every time, we discuss it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's okay, it just balances itself, out, that's fine.
No, it looks like we're finishing the year in
Yeah.
pretty good shape, so. Yeah. Any other questions of staff?
No, tracking all of
It
these.
was good,
Okay. I'll call for the vote then, all in favor?
yes.
And that is carried. So we're down to item 13.1.
Get that.
You did that? Are you looking at
Is there
the
something missing? Doctor?
updated one or?
Are you on the amended?
My confidence. Okay, go
You sure? Okay. Okay, so the resolution says that we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindrock and Raglan, hereby adopts bylaw 2024-01, being the bylaw to confer the borrow of $400,000 to meet until the taxes are collected. The current expenditures of the corporation for the year having been introduced and read the first, second, and third time and finally passed. Could I get a mover on that? Councillor Quad, seconder, Councillor Banks. Any questions from council on this? What's the standard?
Standard
Standard practice.
Standard practice every year. So with that said, if there's no more questions, I'll call for the vote then, all in favor?
Yes,
And that is carried. We now have another resolution that we, the council for the corporation of Township of Brunel, Lindrock and Raglan, hereby adopts bylaw 2024-02, being bylaw to provide for interim tax levies for the year 2024 for the Township of Brunel, Lindrock and Raglan, having been introduced and read first, second, and third time and finally passed. I need a mover on that, Councillor
ahead.
Calfaro, seconder, Councillor Quah. Any questions of the resolution? If none, I'll call for the vote, then all in favor,
yes,
and that is carried. Item 14.1, we have a resolution to go into close, the open part of our meeting is over. We, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindrock and Raglan, go into closed session pursuant to the Municipal Act 2001, section 2392. For the purposes of subsection D, labor relations or employee negotiations. I need a mover for that. Councillor Banks, seconder, Councillor Quad. Any questions on the resolution? Not, I'll call for the vote then, all in favor.
yes.
And that is carried, we will now go into close. Okay, so we have a resolution that council comes out of closed session at 7:30 PM. I need a mover on that. Councillor Goffo, Councillor Banks, all in favor,
Yes,
and that is carried. So during our closed session of council, one item of very personal matters of employee negotiations were discussed. The one resolution that comes because of close, the council. The corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindrock and Raglan hereby direct staff as discussed in closed session. I'll mover on that, Councillor Quad, seconder, Councillor Coco. All in favor?
Yes.
That is carried. A confirmation bylaw that we, the council for the corporation of township of Brunel, Lindrock and Raglan hereby adopts bylaw 2024-03. Being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the January 3rd, 2024 regular meeting of the council having been introduced and read first, second, and third time and finally passed. I need a mover on that. Councillor Banks, Councillor Couples. Any questions? None. Call for the vote then, all in favor?
Yes.
yes.
As carried. We have one more resolution before us, and that's the resolution to adjourn. And this meeting adjourns at 7:31 PM. I need a mover. Councillor Couples. All in favor?
Yes.
And carried, meeting adjourned.